The new season has just begun, and with it comes a lot of new stuff, including the long anticipated return of the seasonal talents. So, in today's video, we're going to be breaking down the brand new seasonal talents tree, discussing the long awaited return of the ever so beloved long range warfare, and explain every single new mechanic that has been introduced. What's up guys, Meower here back with a brand new Call of Dragons video. Seasonal talents are back baby, so you know what that means. We're going to be discussing and breaking down every single one of them. But before we get started, be sure to drop the like, don't forget to subscribe, and let's dive in. Starting off, there are three key things that you need to know about the seasonal talents before I explain any other thing about it. Number one, you can only have up to 15 points maximum from all talent quests. Number two, you can only have one main tree active and upwards of bl- uh, one blue and two other greens from other trees. And number three, and most importantly, you can only reset it once during the entire duration of the season, so you need to choose wisely. With that out of the way, let's start by breaking down every single tree, and then I will give you the builds that I personally will be working on. Let's start with the Mass Warfare tree. The Mass Warfare tree is pretty similar to the one that we had previously. It has Glory Bound, which you will gain one stack of glory for every 100,000 merits, upwards of 10 million merits, and you'll get an extra 1% all damage dealt. Pretty straightforward. Prayer of Light is one I personally like a little bit. When your legion is severely wounded, they return to your city 100% faster, which is pretty much the exact same buff that we have in the Roots of War. So I think I might be going this one. I like this one quite a lot because as you progress faster in the later on seasons and wars are bigger, refresh time actually plays a long or a rather very big role in your field uptime. For the hack and slash is pretty straightforward. Your melee legions gain hack and slash upon entering battle, increasing their attacks by 1% up to 5% attack, maximum of 5 stacks for every 5 seconds. Pretty straightforward, pretty decent. And logistical support reduces the cost of resource healing at your shaman hut by 5%. Now, for one of the brand new mechanics of the season, and one I think that will either make this season incredibly fun or incredibly oppressive to play in, is going to be the brand new army groups. Now, there are two main things that you need to keep in mind when it comes to the army groups. Number one, as an alliance, you can only have upwards of 10 active army groups at any given time. And number two, each and every army group can only have a maximum of 5 marches active at any time. So, what are army groups? Basically, from what I personally understand, I believe army groups are essentially a mini walking rally that combines 5 marches, and one player is the one that leads them, and you just go running around the map deleting every single thing that moves in front of you. That's what I believe. I think it will be incredibly oppressive for cavalry players as well, because we've seen in the previous seasons people run through 3, 4 cavalry marches, and then a bunch of them group up together and they just go around and delete every single range march. So with army group, this might give them the tankiness that they desperately need to enable them to just excel so much. Plus, while you are in the army group of someone else, you will receive 5% of the merits obtained by other lords as well. So you will be gaining your own merits and you will receive an extra 5% upwards of 100,000 merits per week through this method. So I really like this idea and I'm super excited to see it in action, to be honest. Will it be a meta changer? Will it not be a meta changer? We need to wait and see it in action, actually, just to figure out how and in depth this mechanic can really go. We've already seen that there are pre existing seasonal policies ready to augment this march to just go so much further beyond anything we've seen before. The next up and the final tier in the mass warfare are two pretty much ones that we've had before, but they've been a bit reworked. So we have Unyielding Army. Unyielding Army, after creating an army group, when your army groups infantry units come under attack. So this is a rework from the previous one called Rebound. It is now for army groups. They have a 15% chance to reduce damage taken by 25%, and this is a flat reduction. This stacks with every other types of reduction that we have. I believe the maximum self buff amount is 40%. I could be wrong. I will have to ask CS about this and get back to you guys. But pretty huge, especially because you are always under attack as infantry, so you have a really high chance to activate this. You deal counterattack to the target damage with a damage factor of 240, which is a big buff from Rebound, which was 110. So I really like this one, especially consider it if you were going to be playing around with the new army group system. The second one is Thundering Stampede. It's going to be pretty much a change from Unyielding Rush as well. After creating an army group with cavalry this time, at the end of Unyielding Rush, their targets on the field they take 40% less damage while they are rushing, and the rush cooldown is reduced by 20%. That is huge, and that might solve a lot of issues with cavalry because cavalries tend to get deleted while they are already charging up. So I think this season could be another cavalry season like the previous one. Don't quote me on that though. You know my stance on cavalry. Cavalry are always pee pee poo poo in my eyes. Nothing can change that. No matter what you say, I refuse to listen. Next up in the battle agility tree. So the battle agility tree is just a rework of the one that we've had before. One of them is building frenzy, increasing the engineering of range units by 100%, and by that regard, I think it also increases the engineering, the destruction engineering as well. You gain metal accumulation, increases the weekly merit retention by 200,000 instead. Wait, so this is pretty much you accumulate 300,000 merits if this wording is correct, because you have a base limit of 100k, and this increases the weekly retention by 200k. So now it's a total of 300k. If that works as I think it is, this is a must pick up for anyone that's remotely active out on the field. Cloud Piercer is one that we've had before already, so it's now a blue one, and it doesn't have the march speed reduction anymore. It reads as follows: when your ranged legions launch a normal attack in the field, they have a 10% chance to reduce the target's defense by 0.5% for 10 seconds, a maximum of 10 stacks, so that's 5% defense break, and this is a flat defense break. It stacks with every other source as well, upwards of a maximum of 40% on any target, because that's how debuffs work in this game. Multiple legions can add stacks by attacking the same target, and each new stacks resets the duration. Gale stepping, pretty straightforward, increases the march speed by 10%, and Hearts as one is one that we've had as well. If you have at least one ranged legion in battle, each additional ranged legion in uh, that enters the battle increases the range legion attack by 1.5%. So if you have four ranged legions, you're going to have a total of, I think it's 6% total or 4.5%. I'm not sure the math on it. I'm going to test it and let you guys know. Finally, Arcane Hindrance. It's a big change for the ones that we've had before. Arcane Hindrance. Each time your magic units deal normal attack damage in the field, the target loses 1.5% march speed for a maximum of 15% for 5 seconds. I think this is pretty much guaranteed. So you're going to be guaranteeing a slow of 15%. And if you have more than one mage unit, you're going to be able to stack this relatively fast. So this is a really good one, in my opinion. And now our beloved is back. Long range warfare. Oh, I missed you so much. So, long range warfare actually got a big nerf this season as well. Your marksman units have an equal attack range to your magic units while on the field, but they also lose 20%. 20% is humongous. Less base physical attack. So that is pretty big, actually. This right here, this number actually scares me so much that I might reconsider the idea of taking long range warfare, because 20% is pretty significant. However, I think there are multitude of ways and multitude of tools that we have right now that might be able to offset this loss. Tara. But yeah, I'll 100% reconsider if I want to take this or not. I'll probably end up taking it because I am an infantry slash archer player anyway. But yeah, 20% is pretty huge. Next up, we got field morale. It's a pretty straightforward tree. When your infantry and cavalry are in an army group, they deal 5% more counterattack damage. So imagine an army group of Goresh Skogos having more than 110% counterattack. I mean, why do you have to imagine it's going to happen this season, anyways? Glories of War, you gain 10% more merits through combat with other players, upwards of 100k merits per week. Pretty bad overall skill. High Ground Alliance keeps your legions in Alliance keeps deal an extra 3% more damage. Burning Range, your legion deals 3% more normal attack damage in the field. Yes. Exemplar is a brand new one as well. Select one of your legions on the map as the target of Exemplar. After a short charge up, right here we can see the clip of it activating. You pretty much activate it, you select it. Oh, this is fancy. Actor, but this is a really long charge up actually. What? Oh, this is super long. So you have to pre-existingly prepare this. This is a super long charge up. Okay, okay. So after a short, this is not a short charge up, by the way. After a short charge up, five surrounding alliance legions gain 10% attack for 15 minutes. Does not apply to legions in a rally or garrison. When alliance legions with the exemplar buff obtain merits, you also receive 5% of the merits they obtain. So this is good for people that want to play a more of a supporty role or have more than one support marches. This is really good. Or T4 players as well, they can also support their T5 master overlords and make themselves more relevant on the field. You also receive 5% of the merits they obtain, upwards of a maximum of 150k merits through this effect per week. So I like this. This is a really good and interesting mechanics. I would love to see the merit cap increased maybe to 250k or 200k. 150k merits is a bit too low, and the cooldown is a bit too long in my opinion because it is a 1 hour cooldown. So I would rather have 30 minutes because this is, well, pretty good. You can just slap in Tara in your lineup and you already have this buff on demand, like non-stop, and it's 15% as well. And you also have a resistance damage reduction taken for you. So why would you consider this much when you have Tara on your lineup as well? You can run both of them, but like I would rather have something as impactful as a seasonal talent on a bit shorter cooldown maybe, or give it more incentive because it even gives 10% attack versus Tara's 15% attack. So yeah, that's, yeah. But you also get merits, but eh, yeah. Okay, moving on. Common goal, 5 more legions. What? Can gain the exemplar buff? Huh? Okay. So total of 10 legions. That's pretty big. And warrior's eltation. When you cast exemplar on one of your legions, the legion and any of your legions surrounding them gain the exemplar buff. Oh, okay. So this pretty much, from what I'm understanding here, this does not count towards the total number of alliance legions who can gain the buff. So this works the same idea and same principle as common goal. Well, this is like you're choosing the same one. This is you're choosing the same one. Here you're gonna affect 10 legions. Here you're gonna affect 10 legions, but this one like guarantees your own legions. Like what? What? Okay, I guess. Like no comment. Okay, no comment. No comment. I don't want to break my mind thinking about this. Finally, we got ourselves better preparation. 15% more resources from resource points. Yes, please give me. Back in business, an extra 5% CP recovery. too low. 5% is too low. If it was 10%, I would make an argument that this is worth more than the harvester. But 15% more resources from any given resource node pretty much means that you are gathering a resource node and you're getting an extra 15%. Plus, if you have work rhinos, you're getting a total of 20%. Plus, if you have one of the new season policies, you're getting a total of 35% more resources from any given resource node. This is a farmer's paradise right now. Splits Spirit Summoner increases the proportion of revived legions in the ossuary by 3%. So you're going to have 53% revived legions versus just 50%, versus reducing the command point cost of destroying a darkened fort by 10. 10 is a bit too low. I would rather see it be 15 or 20. I don't know why they're holding a bit back on some of these buffs. Seasonal talents are supposed to be warping your entire gameplay around those talents, not just, drop a little bits and pieces here and there. Yeah, that's just my opinion on the matter. Alliance protection: when your legion is gathering in alliance territory, cannot be attacked. I remember the day when you didn't need a seasonal policy for this to be active, as it was permanently active out on the field back in my days. Damn, I'm old playing this game. Fruitful Alliance: when gathering from an alliance resource center, Legion gather speed is increased by 50% and unit capacity is increased by 50%. Okay, okay. That's pretty nice. That actually means that gathering in an alliance resource center now is gonna be actually be faster than gathering out on the field. Okay, that's nice. And finally, Diligence Takecraft increases your Warped daily warrant capacity by one. Yes, I'll take this 100 times over. So that is it for the explanations of the seasonal talents. Now, what will I personally take? Personally, I'm torn between running army groups or going for battle acuity. 90% I'll probably go for battle acuity. I will take the merit accumulation. I'll probably take the Cloud Piercer because I would much rather have the extra 5% defense shredding that benefits every single one of my marches versus 10% march speed, even though 10% march speed is nothing to scoff at. But if I'm going for battle acuity anyways, I'll probably be ending up picking up long range warfare, making me rely less on the march speed and more on wanting more offensive power to offset that 20% loss in my base physical attack. Probably, of course, Hearts 1 is a no brainer. And finally, long range warfare. As for my five last points, where did I go? I'll probably pick up Prayer of Light. I'll pick up Hack and Slash for my infantry, or I'll take the high ground. That is a choice. I think I can take both. No, I can't take both. I can only take one of them. So, do I want to take, Burning Rage, or do I want to take Hack and Slash? I think I'll go Hack and Slash just because I'm gonna have one infantry march out on the field at any given time versus that extra 3% normal attack. An extra 5% total will serve me more on my infantry than 3% will serve me more on my range marches. And my last 2 points will probably, one of them will go for either Furious Counterattack, and they'll probably be keeping Harvester. And I think that's it for my setup. Do keep in mind you can only have one full active tree at any given moment, and the last 5 points they're gonna have to be separated on one green, one blue, and the rest 2 points will go onto two greens. Now that is it for today's video. What do you guys think about the seasonal talents? Do you like them? Do you not like them? You feel like they are massively nerfed from the previous time we got them? I think they are. But all in all, I'll take it. The return of my precious long range warfare, baby. I'm so excited. Other than that, I will be sure to drop more guides because I want to go in depth on how impactful Tara is going to be on this season. I will also have guides prepared and testing videos prepared for both Mogro and Banfill. I can personally awaken one of them right now, but I'm just going to play it slow. I'm going to wait to see the testing results with you guys live as soon as the little ceasefire is gone. And I think that's pretty much everything. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please be sure to drop the like. Don't forget to subscribe. Join the Discord. The link is in the description. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video. Meow meow.
If you enjoyed this video, click here to watch the next video. Oh, meow, meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow.